Recently at the Georgia Mountain Research and Education Center in Union County, years of hard work came to fruition as more than 200 trees were planted as part of a preservation orchard, a project that was made possible by a USDA specialty crop grant that will help make sure more than 100 apple tree varieties that were once thriving decades ago, are around for decades to come.
A lot of these apples were commonplace 50, 60, 70 years ago. We have records of farmers markets from 1912 with these same varieties that were commonplace in fruit baskets to be sold. And now you can't find them. Why? That question is what drove this research today. Why aren't they here? And could we bring them back? And so over the past 2 years, we've been sourcing material, bringing them back, doing the research, and found verifiable representations of these things. Because you get a lot of phone calls from people say, "Hey, I have this, but can you prove it?" And that was the hard part. So bringing them here and then developing an orchard, one here on the University of Georgia campus in the mountains, we'd be protected for future generations, but also that we can learn from these varieties.
A lot of the apple varieties grown in Georgia today were not developed here. They're actually from the northeast and northwest regions of the U.S., which is what makes this research so important, since these are local to the North Georgia region.
A lot of our recommendations are based on somewhat newer varieties that have been studied for disease resistance or insect resistance. And these older varieties, most of them obviously had that because they were in the days before a lot of these chemical treatments that are on the market now. So we just don't have historical information of how well they hold up and how they maybe compare with some of these more modern varieties that we do recommend as agents.
In the end, they hope to help producers here in Georgia by potentially giving them not just another variety, but a variety that has deep roots in the region.
Having diversity on your palette in terms of producers, I believe that's going to have appeal to consumers, especially those who are doing value-added products. When you can put a little moniker on that says this is Paducah apple pie, or this is blue limber twig dried fruit leathers, something like that. Because I think our industry is kind of driving that way, where people want a unique product. Okay, and then also the added feature: this is a southern unique product. These apples don't grow in the Northeast as well, not just like those apples don't grow here as well. So it might drive eventually for producers to plant these varieties more so and develop local markets with southeastern apples. So that's my hope and my dream. I'd like to see it go that way. And then conservatively, I'd like to also think that we might actually promote more apple production in the northern part of the state by showing that we can do this.
Reporting in Union County for the Farm Monitor, I'm John Holcomb.